Hey, how you guys doing? It's your boy, The Logical Man. I'm here with an interview with my guest, BS. That's his nameplate right now. We're going to be expressing and showing the traumas a man go through when dealing with the kids, going through certain court cases, and maybe you can learn something from this. Maybe you can learn not to fall for these same things that happen in his life or the mistakes or whatever going on right now. I know a lot of men going through stuff. Please share this with friends and family, cousins, nephews. This is very important. But other than that, we're going to get into it. So, man, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Oh, yes, sir, definitely. So, I want to ask you, man. So, how old are you?
Hmm?
How old are you?
41.
41. Okay, then what? How'd you find the channel?
Yeah, it's ironic you asked because I have been going through a pretty problematic court dealing with it, my ex divorce process for a lengthy time. And around last June, I believe, I was at a point where I had taken a lot of verbal abuse from this female, a lot of mental abuse, a lot of nasty trauma towards myself and my sons, which we'll elaborate on further. But I was actually after court one day, and I got to the point where I needed a release because I always try to stray from engaging in any kind of nasty language or vile language to an extent, right? I've never hit a woman, and I just don't think, even though you want to at times, you can't go that route, especially when you're in a legal case. So the way I would get through it, to tell you the truth, I would go on, play GTA 5. I'd get a man, and I'd start beating on women in the game. And it just kind of relinquished some of that angst and aggravation that I was dealing with, because I would never do that in real life. So anyway, I go on YouTube one day, and I type in "when men hit back," right? And next thing you know, I see one, and bam, I see your show. And it was about it was two of them that caught my eye. One was a black female and a black male, and they were in a parking lot, and the guy had crashed his car into her car, and then there was a lady recording, and this guy, this woman wouldn't stop. He kept going up to this guy.
Yep.
I was like, leave me alone. He's trying to get his stuff, and then this lady was like, yo, man, that's not right. And then this guy just punched her out right in the parking lot, and the lady was like, yo, man, that's not right, blah, 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 blah. And then she gets up, she comes after him again, he hits her again, and then another dude tries to get in. And I remember you stopping the camera and saying, yo, man, if this lady was so concerned, then why don't you help? Put your phone down and go help.
Exactly.
Because this guy was doing anything in his power to get away. And this woman just kept coming after him. And and it kind of subsided. And there was another one. I think it was there was a kid, a younger.
Hold on, 1 second, BS. I think your audio. I have to do a double check on my phone. It's making like some kind of spiking noise.
All right. I got a fan on.
Okay, yeah, it's popping.
Is that better?
Try again. Talk some more. No, it's still popping. Let me make sure it's not my audio.
All right.
No, I'll edit this out so it'll go right over all this stuff right
All
here.
right.
3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you talk.
Yeah. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Test.
Yeah, still doing it. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, it's not mine. I think it's yours.
I'm trying to think. So
It's not the fan though.
No. The only other thing I could say is I'm on an iPad, not like a 10. Maybe something's jammed up. It's a little bit older of a device.
Try this. Go to settings and go to audio.
My camera, more.
And go to echo cancellation.
Settings, audio, echo cancellation. Okay. All right.
Is that on?
I just turned it off. Yeah.
There it is. Okay, I think it sounds better.
That's better. Test. 1, 2. Test.
Yeah, way better.
All right. Awesome.
Okay. And start exactly where you was at the end right there.
Yeah. So I believe the next video was a younger guy sitting on his porch. Looked like his ex-girlfriend came up, and they maybe had just broken up.
Yeah.
You know, and he was talking to, I think his buddy was hanging out, and then something about she was with some dude or whatnot, and the girl ended up taking out a gun and hitting this dude in the face, and the guy just lost it, and he's throwing pots at her, and you were making some comments on that. So, you know, that whole genre, the whole being frustrated to the point of doing something like that, it's a real topic for every man. And at that point in time, dealing with this nonsense with the legal system, it was a scapegoat for me. So I wouldn't proceed in that. But that's how I found your channel originally. So it's been like last June, and I subsequently followed it because I do enjoy your content, and I agree a lot with what you're saying. Not that I'm some kind of a woman hater, I'm not at all,
Yeah.
but it's 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 distasteful when you or a female uses certain strategies to try to bring a decent dude down. And I hate seeing when a guy gets wrapped up in an abusive relationship with a woman and the mind games that one she might play ultimately causing him to step out of character. He might do something that he regrets, because if he does cross that line, there's no coming back from it.
Yep.
um, you can have the best legal case or the most suitable legal case against a female for whatever it is, um, and people get desperate, and females get desperate, and I've dealt with this multiple times with my ex. They get to a point where they're trying to cut you and stab at you in every which
Yep.
direction, talking ill about your family, about your deceased family, about just stuff that a man would never say to another man, because it would never get that far. Um, I mean, it would never. It would go to blows so far, but these females, they know that you ain't gonna hit them, so they keep driving and stabbing and stabbing. You know, metaphorically speaking, with their words, and talking about how you're a bad father, you're a piece of crap, this, that, the other.
They
I
always
hate,
say that shit when you're doing your best. You're a
you know.
bad father. It's stupid.
So, you know, the thing with my case is I have twin. Well, they'll be 10 in January. Twin sons, and I went through a lengthy divorce, and it was finalized. It took 2.5 years, um, with, I mean, straight hard evidence. Um, she has a problem with substance abuse, my ex, and that was apparent. That was obvious, and I hate to sound ignorant, but I mean, you just don't know, especially when you're looped up at work and you hear the horror stories about divorces, and these guys getting taken to the cleaner. You know, coming home with $35 left on their check because of child support, alimony, all this stuff, and their life is financially over, um, which was one concern. My other concern being, when I was in this relationship, marriage with my ex-wife and my kids, is knowing how bad of a mother she was at that time when she was using. I could never leave my boys with her.
Let me
So,
say one thing to you. One thing, just so I
mhm,
can break this down to that point when he said when I tell him when I said it's a man. See how he just said he never had he never seen that she was this bad. Some women do that. They wait for the opportunity to be the best girlfriend and the worst wife. They do shit like this on purpose because now everyone thinks that. I tell you guys, when she's the girlfriend now, it's how she's treating you. Remember, it's not gonna get better when she becomes the wife. That shit doesn't happen. She has the ring, she has your balls. It's basically game over. If she telling you that, well, we get married, I'll cook and clean, I'll do this and do that, it's a fucking lie. Why would the fuck would you do something more when now I'm financially liable linked to you?
mhm,
And that's why I tell other things my man too. I tell him don't get married under the state. Get married under God. If a woman
mhm,
really loves you and all that, she will go to the church. Fuck the court, fuck the paperwork. She will go to
absolutely,
the church and do it. I
you're
tell guys that
absolutely,
all the time.
and it's so true. It's so well said. Um, you hit the nail on the head. Love is love, regardless of if you have a certification stating that you're married. That certification might cost you $7 to sign. However, like you said, and I agree, at that point in time, everything you own is now hers, and vice versa. um, Knowing that legality behind it, and things go south pretty quick or whatever. Now, not necessarily. Some people have a great, awesome marriage. However, if it does go south, the court is all structured, no matter what the issue was, to break this marriage down fair and equal economically. They state, right. So that $7 piece of paper, after a lengthy divorce, and if you're shelling out attorney's fees, I live on the East Coast. My attorney's fees per hour $500 an hour, and that's low. They average up to $700 an hour. And if you want to make a phone call for legal advice, when you have your ex partner or whatnot harassing and messing with you and coming at your house,
Let me say
threatening
this
your
too.
life.
Make sure to keep all that shit, back it up to an email, text,
Mhm.
calls, keep
Absolutely,
all of it.
absolutely. The no, just to hit on that a little bit further. Anytime you engage in some kind of a nasty conversation, or if you know there's a potential for a nasty, derogatory conversation with a
Pause
minor.
it. The audio's doing it again. The audio's doing it again. Try this now. Let me see. Now it's not the fan. It just started doing the little spiking stuff. Let me see if I can because I know you on the phone, so I'm gonna try to go through the settings on here and see if I can know how I can do it. Okay, go to the settings again. Go to audio, and hopefully it should have a setting that says. Let me see what it says.
Automatically adjust mic volume.
Yeah, do that.
All right. Test
Yeah,
1 2.
it's working good now. All right, go ahead.
All right. Um, yeah. So what I was saying, any kind of any kind of a questionable conversation that you might have with somebody who you're not on a level playing field with, who you might think would be gunning for you, metaphorically speaking, coming after you with ill intent for legal cases or whatnot. Um, always write via text, via email. Never talk on
Yep.
the phone, because it doesn't take more than a couple sentences of somebody threatening your life, which would happen to me. Not, I'm not a professional by any means, um, but you have a record of all the conversations, and it's important because if there's a counterclaim stating from this female or whomever that you said something you didn't say, the proof's in the pudding when you have a record and you have transcripts of your dialogue, which you can refer to, and show that that was never stated. So talking on the phone is not a good idea when you're engaged in a nasty situation. Email or text, and you can always reference that, and you always keep record of that.
Oh, and
That's a
remember
must.
too, so man won't get trapped up. Even when you say email and text, the reason why that's really important, don't be like, well, I can just record the phone calls. It's a lot of places illegal to do that. So if I were you, I wouldn't always take that route. That's why he's saying what he's saying.
That's very true. Yeah, you would sometimes you actually need consent before you can use audio. Like
Yep. She can literally
and
say, hey, I blew up your car, I shot your house up, and that should be throughout, man. Just
done.
because you recorded it.
Yeah, it's done. So those are some of the things that I used. With my divorce, and like I said, I was in a rock and a hard place.
Mm.
I was dealing with this. Now I work 8 to 4 every day, and I got an hour ride each way to work. So I'm out of the house 50 hours a day. No one, my phone. I would try to call my ex-wife's phone when she was home with my sons, and she wasn't answering. She wasn't answering. She wasn't answering. This went on for a while, and I'd get
Yeah.
home and she was passed out cold on the floor, bottle of booze on the counter, or on the floor. And people might say, well, yo, man, why don't you just take your money, or just limit her access to your finances? And I did. I ended up having to do that for a while, and then she would go to the grocery store, but I wanted to see every receipt, and then I would cross-check her receipts with purchases throughout the day through my bank account. I'll come to find out she's going to our local grocery store and buying food, but doing a cashback. Doing a cashback on the ticket price, it reflects on your account that she might have spent $175 at the store. Now I would need to check the itemized receipt to see, oh, well, you took $20 cashback. Well, there you know. She's next thing you know, she's on the ground. She's passed out. So there's 100 different ways an addict can get around it, but we're not talking about addicts. We're just talking about problematic situation with women. So what I ended up doing is um, not knowing my rights, not knowing my rights as a father, um, talking with actually a social worker who came to the house after one time I had gotten home, and my ex was passed out. I called EMS. They came over, and they referred DCF social worker over to the house, which I always heard horror stories. So if you don't want them in your life, everybody always told me that. However, she was the one that informed me of my rights as a father, and all these horror stories I hear about guys coming home with no checks, their wife's got everything. They're basically just a prisoner of their ex-wife, miserable as
Yep.
all hell. Well,
They working for her until they die.
more or less. But there's options available that I didn't know. So I pursued these options. We went through this divorce. It took 2.5 years. Mind you, COVID had a big part to play with that because they ended up shutting the court system down. Now I will not overindulge in this divorce. Other than what I will say, with the mitigating circumstances, hard evidence, I was able to take my kids out of that residence and move into my mother's house. And I'm talking multiple police reports, multiple DCF reports, um, multiple supporting evidence. Now, with that though, here's the kicker. Here's another thing that you have to deal with regardless. Um, Being that she never worked, and being that it was my house, and I had to, by the court order, maintain all the bills of that house, the mortgage, cable, electricity, um, her cell phone, her car insurance, her gas, I mean, all that. Every household amenity that when I took my kids and left, I had to pay.
God damn.
Mind you, I had to pay her $150 cash on top of that every Thursday. Otherwise, I'd be in contempt of court. So I paid it. I remember one day, man, I got home. It was hot. I was bothered, man. It was hot, and she's there. That money better be in my account by 5 o'clock.
Y'all better
And
listen. I'm telling you, y'all better fucking listen. You listen to
I
this
work.
now. Listen.
I work in a hot. Um, I work in a repair facility. The temperatures can get up to 90, 95 degrees in the summer. It's an average. Mind you, I got to wear boots, hard hat. It's a trade. But yeah, that money better be in the account by 5, or I'm calling the fucking lawyer. And I'm like, you fucking bitch. But I can't say that, right? I just say, yeah, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Drive over to the next bank, boom, 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 do the transaction. So they got you by the balls. But the thing is, they come at you, and I'll say it again. They're gonna come at you. There's slander, this nasty shit, talking about things that, in hopes that you blow your top. They want you to blow your top
Pause it
because
again. Audio. Audio
uh,
issue. Shit. Okay. Damn. Fuck. Every
the
time it gets the best. Okay. Go to damn. What's next?
let me try this. Check, check, check,
Yeah.
check
Clear
one.
again.
All
I
right,
wonder
cool.
what it was doing that, but all right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So, more or less, um, I'm trying to think where we were. More or less, whatever you're going through, and the evidence you have, um, in support of you, um, it doesn't take much more than 1 minute or 1 second of a female badgering you to the point where you snap. And if you snap and you pop them one time, your case, you're done. Socially, society, I mean, as society will project and the court systems will agree, you're done. Doesn't matter what circumstances led up to the point. Um, and it's a bias, and I'm not sitting here saying that I support any kind of domestic abuse
Well,
at
let
all.
me ask you a question. Are you in California?
I'm in Connecticut.
Connecticut. Oh my God, I'm surprised to hear that because usually I'm in Texas and down here we got a little bit more rights as a man. If she hits you, bro, you can. Oh my God, woman hit you in Texas, you can press so
Well,
many fucking charges.
the thing is, right, in Connecticut, you have a right to defend yourself. As far as Here's another thing that's noteworthy to mention. I'm 6'3", I'm 320 pounds. My ex is
Big.
5'1", 120 pounds. Bro, I couldn't even look at her the wrong way, and they throw the cuffs on me, and that's just the reality of it. I
Yeah.
mean, it is what it is, right? You do have laws set up for hitting. Now, she never put hands on me, never did. If she did, I don't even remember. It wasn't a concern of mine. But the driving force of her intentions, I truly believe, was out of this rage. And I think that if and when, even though I had a solid case against her, God forbid I ever went down and hit that, boom, or did anything in that intent,
Yeah. Shit.
not having total self control, it'd be done. It'd be done. Um, which leads me into a bias, a bigger bias than the judicial branch, family services, Connecticut, my state's court system, the family court. Obviously, there's rules and measures in play. Naturally, it leans to the female. Naturally speaking, you know, there's a lot
Every
of
time.
mothers. A lot of mothers take their kids, and they have a reason to do so, and that's fine. And due process is due process. It's very important. but a lot of these things are shunned, I believe, or maybe not taken with a serious of a stance from judicial branch when it's a reverse flip and a male's trying to argue on behalf of his children and the female being in the wrong. I think society as a whole might be a little bit more genteel or a little bit more lax when it comes to a female's aggressions as opposed to a male's aggressions, understandably. But it's a bias in the family, the family
Yeah,
court. But
but women are way more violent than men most of the time when it comes to relationships like this.
well, and that's a great point, and I really think that society will teach um, majority it's not okay to hit a woman. It's shunned, and I just think that with that common
Well,
knowledge.
let me say one thing to you though.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say for your generation, because now more of these younger boys are, today, dude. It's a good scapegoat. You can identify as a transsexual. You
Right,
can say she was in my safe space.
yeah,
Men and women are equal.
right,
You can go to the
right,
courts and say I'm not misogynistic. She's just as strong as me
yeah,
because this
yeah.
world we in now is pretty
That's
sick.
true.
So you can
That's
do
true.
that now. You couldn't do it right now, but say if I say, hey, I identify as trans, it
Right,
could pass because I'm
right.
younger, it's a new generation.
Yeah,
They'll let us do that, and
that's
that's what's different because a lot of men are whooping bitches' asses, and a
that's
lot of women are like, well, equality.
right, right. Yeah, and that's it's a fair statement. And I can totally understand a new generational thing. But what I was getting at with being with my age bracket
Yeah, I'm
um
saying, yeah, you can't do it.
is we're taught we're taught not to get into it physically with a woman. Now that woman, maybe even I don't know the tick behind some of these girls going to the extremes. Now I'm not saying all girls are psycho. I'm not saying all dudes are saints, right? But when there's a there's not a fear or there's this built-in mentality in society that I'm gonna be able to say whatever I want to this dude, and he ain't gonna hit me because he's a dude, and I could fucking sit there and call him everything under the sun, and if he hits me, he's gonna be jammed up. I mean, now,
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, because I've always had a good gift for gab. A bitch can
mhm,
say what she want to say, but I hit her back with something so much that hurt her, she'll want to touch me. Because usually, I say as a man, when a woman's talking, you should never get physically with her because I know it's different how she talking about how she gonna set you up or do your kids or do you. Now you
yeah,
can get mad, but she calling you bitches and hoes and all kind of stuff like that. I mean, who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah, no, and that's and there's the two things about you got to take in, and it's true, you got to take the reason behind the argument. Right now, if you meet hook up with a chick a couple times, it ain't nothing going on, but just nonsense, and she starts getting up in your face. It's like just go, man. It's because I don't have that investment. I don't have that financial tie to you. You can just be like, bitch, get the fuck out. Have a nice night. I'm
yeah.
done. Goodbye. Go fuck yourself. I'm
Oh,
not.
the mic's doing it again.
Oh, all right, hold on.
Yeah, I gotta edit the shit out of this. Or maybe it doesn't matter. It's raw footage. Maybe people are
Yeah,
very interested in this stuff. They probably wouldn't care. But yeah, keep going. You was telling me about
yeah. So the whole thing about getting into it with a woman that you might have a slight relationship with, and I'm talking about a financial relationship as opposed to just smashing or whatnot, whatever, right? Because you get into it when you're financially tied to this broad and you can't get rid of her legally. You have to deal with her for the rest of your life because you have children with her, and she takes this step of action every time she has a chance to, or she tries to use platforms to get to you that you have to keep open because the court says she does, and then the court doesn't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck that you're a guy. They don't give a fuck. The court says you need to have this line of communication open with this female, and you're gonna fucking do it, or you're gonna be in contempt of court. That's the bullshit that gets me. So you try to find your goods and your niches and you kind of get your zings back when you can, right? When it's applicable. Oh, you need some money? Go ask old dude, right? Don't come to me. you
Nah, I
hold on.
give you that, man, because that's true. Especially what I hate when it comes to the courts is that they know that the woman destroys the home. We have statistics that show that fathers raise better children. Like I try to tell people all the time about this stuff about the courts know that they bread and butter at. If we give the women the power, the money, make the man frustrated, she'll always, give us money. She'll always have their kids back in here. The boys are confused, so they're gonna have sex with the girls like the mama, and then we getting paid some more. It just goes and
Yeah.
goes. But
Yep.
if the daddy is telling them, hey, watch out for these women, do this, do that, it stops their money source. It stops their bread and butter. It stops the issue. It stops the violence, all this corruption because, they have a strong household. Now, I'm not saying mothers can't do it all the time. Like I say that. Some can, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about the majority. I'm talking about facts, not, I know some. I'm talking about most. That's why I try to tell people all the time. That's why these courts influence and does this. A lot of these courts, too, they it's messed up because this is a personal case that I got myself when I have a CPS. They used to come to my house and require all this shit from me. But this bitch living in a hotel with them and it's fine. I'm like, well, how the fuck are you?
Right.
She lives in a fucking hotel. I
Right.
got a whole house. You mad because he got a small bunk bed over there. He's sleeping on the fucking bed with everybody else. Like it's crazy what they
Yeah.
do.
Double
You know what I'm
standards.
saying?
Yeah,
Double
it's a double
standards. Like
standard.
with CPS, I
Absolutely.
say, hey yo, can I use this case against her in court? Oh, we can't help you. We can't do that. But I know damn well if I was bad with CPS, they'll go to court and tell me what I was doing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's crazy like
Absolutely.
that.
No, absolutely, and that's something that a lot of my friends went through nonsense, and some of them got jacked up, and some of them ended up doing time for just the same stuff. I got friends of mine going through it right now, dealing with the same stuff. It's a woman's accusation towards a man is instantaneous, whereas a man's concern of a woman is almost shunned.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like a serious allegation, not just that. She called
Yeah,
me
yeah, not
names.
bullshit. Because we got allegations about rape and stuff. Like I just made a video about that. My last video about dating today is dangerous with women because they'll say
Yeah.
that. I tell guys all the time, promote this. Like they look at me crazy when the older men don't look at me crazy. It's the younger guys. They're stupid.
Mhm.
Older guys, I tell them if a woman likes you, all that recording shit, probably won't give a fuck. Even have a hidden camera,
Right.
save everything because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it
Yeah.
sounds, oh, you crazy. All
Yeah.
right, when that time come and a
Right.
bitch do say that, oh, because these women out here are so promiscuous, they can have a husband somewhere or a
Mhm.
boyfriend and don't tell you. Then he find out that she cheated and be like, he
Yep.
raped me, and now
Yep.
you like, thank God I listened to Logical Man what he said or whatever the fuck I seen, and I got this video. Now it proves and show that she's a liar because women have came out. We have cases with this one man. He was a I think he was a all-star college player about to go to
Yep.
the NFL. He about to be a top 10 draft. He about to make millions.
Yep.
A bitch had sex with him, right?
Yep.
She had a boyfriend. And the
Yep.
boyfriend said, I found you was sleeping with this guy. He said, no, 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 he forced me. He raped me. He was a football player. He controlled me. The dude went
Yep.
to jail for I think 5 to 10 years. And
Yep.
he got out. They awarded him with like I think 5, 6 million because they sued the university and stuff. And then the girl came out. The only reason that he got out, it's not because they was really researching. She felt so guilty. She told, okay, yeah, he didn't rape me. This will really happen.
Right.
And it was really sad because like people could say, well, he made 6 million. Bro, you realize first off, fuck the money.
Hmm.
When you in jail for those type of cases, you go through hell. And not because it's legit, because
Yes.
it's not legit. And you going through
Right.
all this hell.
Yep.
Then not just that, he was getting drafted. That little 6 million ain't shit.
No,
You took
ain't
you took
nothing.
his life, you took his career, and he was fucked initially because of one lie. Now imagine if he did what I said, kept the text, recorded her, say if you don't record, you can leave or set up a hidden camera. It don't really matter because a guy got saved because of that. Actually, I think Johnny Depp was really smart. He recorded every time this bitch went off on him, and
Yep.
she was physically abusing him. She was
Yep.
abusing Johnny Depp,
Yep.
and he recorded. He kept this shit for years.
Yep.
Smart man for years. And
Yep.
she goes to court, and she looks stupid as hell. Like he been recording me the whole time. Me about
Yep.
beating him and throwing stuff, and it was crazy.
Yeah.
And he
It's
held on to that shit for like 5, 6 years.
yeah. Yeah.
So you gotta think about it.
No, absolutely, and I agree 100%. It's kind of like when we're going back to what I was talking about a while ago, having a record of everything, having a record of the conversations.
Audio, audio.
All right, Mike.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Yeah, but having a record of conversations, but like you're saying, and I agree with you. a video. You don't have to show nobody that video. That video is your get out of jail free card. Such
Yep.
if such accusations come towards you, right? Because you got to think about this. There's an alleged allegation towards you. This guy lost his whole ball career, ended up doing time for an accusation, right? Because she
Yep.
got caught, or she got caught cheating, and she threw this guy under the bus, right? Now, if that happened to him, it can happen to anybody. It can happen
Anybody.
to
Yes.
anybody, and all the female has to do is allege it, and then you're guilty, man. So you might sit
Let
there
me
and
tell you what
say
I forgot. It happened to
it
what's the
happened.
guy that's a millionaire? Bill Cosby.
It happened. It happened historically. I've heard
A lot.
very similar scenarios. It happened on the East Coast several years back, where a female alleged that I believe like a couple football players ended up, same case scenario, and then ultimately, bam, she come out and they found out she was lying. But you know
Yeah.
what? These guys for 3 years of their lives and hundreds of
Gone.
God, how who knows how much legal fees, um, everything on the line. Why? Because a girl said one thing. That's it. It doesn't one thing. Hey, this guy did this to me, and bam. Next thing
No
you know,
proof, no
three
nothing,
years
no
later,
text, no nothing.
3 years later, is thinking you're still getting jammed up with legal. It's crazy. You gotta really watch and protect yourselves, especially nowadays that everybody's got a camera and everybody's got a microphone on them.
Yep.
Now, I know a lot of different states are different with their recording laws, but I'm led to believe, and I'm not a professional, don't quote me on this whatsoever, that if you're in a public place, you can record. Now, this
Yes,
might
you
be different.
can.
I don't know on the individual states. So if you're in a place such as a business, no, you might not. You might not
Well,
have.
if it's open to the public, when it's talking about the Constitution, you can
Right.
record anytime to the public. If they say you
It,
can't, I mean you can sue the fuck out of them. Record them, let them arrest you, assault you, lawsuit. It's in the
yes,
Constitution. You can't do that if it's public.
I actually which is going to bring me kind of into my second gripe about some of the court bias with women versus men. The criminal court, I've actually used that. I hate to say it to my advantage, but not to my advantage. I use this as evidence against my ex. Now, we already talked about a lengthy problematic divorce, and my kids residing with me, and that kind of shook out. And the court ultimately gave me custody, full custody, all the jazz, no alimony, no nothing. She's got to pay me child support. Has she paid me a dime? No.
No.
Nah, it ain't not gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. They're gonna take her license away. She's not. She doesn't have a license because she lost it for DUI. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? So that's one thing. But now here's a bias where we have a huge size comparison. She's 5'1", 120 pounds. I'm 6'3". I'm 320. Now take that into consideration. Obviously, it's a factor. However, um, this individual threatened to kill me, and she threatened to stab my mother. Now, you could take and you could talk a lot of nonsense in regards to divorce, and you can call somebody a F and F, whatever. But if you're gonna tell me you're gonna kill me, you're taking it to a different level. And I think
Yes.
that would elevate it to a lot of individuals. Now you're gonna threaten to kill me. Well, this ain't no more name calling, man. This is some bullshit now. Because now I'm at a different level. I'm up here. Not only that, you say you're gonna kill my mother. Why? Because you. So that escalated it, man. And she was so irate, and she just didn't give a fuck. She left it on my phone, on a voicemail, mind you. I'm gonna fucking kill you, right? So I called the police on her, right?
Bro.
They kind of come over. They're like, nah, we don't want to get involved, man. This is domestic. This is court related nonsense. Well, you gotta bring that to litigation. We don't want to get involved. I said, listen to the phone, and listen to the message. So one of the cops says, yeah, I can hear her. She sounds like she's under the influence, but I think we just let it go. And then the sergeant ended up coming out. Now she had called the cops on me a bunch of times for felonious nonsense that never amounted to anything because she's trying to throw everything she had at me. So the dude came out and he was actually a cool cop. And he seen I was pissed. He seen it in my face. He said, "What's going on, man?" I said, you want to talk? You want to talk junk about me? Fine. You want to threaten to kill me and my mother? That takes it to a different level, and I can't have this, man. So the cop's like, you know what? I can see it in your eye, man. It's time. We're gonna go get her. They went and they arrested her at 2 accounts of threatening. Now, That was back in 2019.
Hmm.
After this, she's out, whatever, poster bar. I met with my kids at a school soccer game, and she comes to the soccer game, drugs the skunk, starts cursing and cursing, screaming at me, kids, parents, all over the place, hooting, hollering, swearing for profanities. Man, the kids are looking at her like, "What's going on?" They're scared. I'm like, "You, what do you want? What am I supposed to do?" I said, "Yo, man, just leave, leave, leave." And now, fuck you, you motherfucker. I mean, there's kids
You
everywhere.
shouldn't have recorded her, man. That shit right there, another case. If you
So
recorded her, and see, you gotta do these same mind games with these women. I tell men all the time, stop trying to be the. I'm trying to be the bigger person, and that's why we always gonna lose because you want to be the bigger person. You gotta go on their level. Make sure you record and sound scared. And oh my God, do you have a gun on you? Do you have a weapon? Do you gotta do this?
yeah,
Get close to. Don't get close to her. But let her get close so she can physically assault you. Like people, you gotta play. Like me, I play these games with these women because they don't want to fuck with me. I know what I'm doing. You want to come? You want to burn my shit up and tear shit up? Please do. I'm recording this, and when I go to court, I need a total loss. I've lost my shit. It's broken. I'm gonna break some shit too, so I can be like, look at it, you broke this too. You gotta. You cannot be the bigger person in this society today. The bigger
yeah,
person shit gets you fucked over.
yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, this went on up until last August. So she gathered up another um, 9 um, felony accounts of protective of violation of a protective order that the court imposed on me.
Audio.
All right, you there?
Wait, hold on. It got worse. Say it again.
Shoot, hold on. Let me check. Hold on. Let me do this and okay. All right, better.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. Um, but yeah, so over these 3 years, she's enumerated 9 Class D felonies for violation of protective orders, along with 2 DUIs, along with a plethora of other misdemeanors. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot and I had a violation of one protective
Ooh.
order, a buddy of mine was arrested Class D felony, served 5 years, and that was with a plea, served 5 on a plea. Now, Class D felony in where I live is a minimum of 2 years incarceration with a maximum of 5 years per felony. Um, I've known several guys that I've been charged with Class D felonies. They've all served time, and that's on a plea. Plea is you're pleading to guilt and a reduction of sentence. She's got 9, and she's walking the streets. She's out, and it's no big deal, right?
Because I'm
So
telling you, man, that this is why I keep you heard that main part, guys. To women and men that's watching this, if you so called believe in toxic masculinity and misogyny, all this bullshit, remember what he just said. She has all these cases, and other men that he know have went did time. She's still out here. What do that show? Toxic femininity. That's a biased nature. They
absolutely,
allow her to be out in the streets and do what she do because they know that she'll lead to more cases, more destruction, and more issues. They love to keep women out here.
yeah. So it goes to show, and the recap on my whole point is anybody at any time that's going through a hard time in their life, um, and dealing with somebody who is really trying to just bring the worst out in you, toxic, just drag you down to your roots, try to bring you down to their level and fighting you. And if it's a female, smile and walk away. Because when you smile and walk away and don't engage it, that makes them fucking crazy. Because now they've lost all control. And that's a big thing to some of these problematic women.
I,
Is that
I
they
like what
can't
he's saying, but the logical man way will court too. Fuck that small will
but
court,
no,
and if she
no,
get crazy,
no,
lead into
no.
her craziness so you can get a
Yes.
case on her ass.
And you know what?
Just be personally, I'm just saying.
No, you know what? No, an awesome point, and it's so damn true. You know what? If you could take that approach and that concept and say, you know what, you want to engage me, oh, please don't, and you back off, and you're
Yep,
gonna keep
that's what
on
you do.
coming, then I'm gonna keep recording, and then you're
And I tell
basically
y'all ass stuff. Hey, did you pick up that? Did you pick up a knife? Did you pick up that stick? Hey, what's that piece of glass in your hand? You
true,
gotta do this shit.
yeah,
You have to
and
do this.
they'll do it to you.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh my.
They'll do
You
it to
can
you.
touch him. Oh, my shoulder. He broke it.
You
I'm
start,
telling you, you gotta do the same shit.
if your decibel level reaches over a certain height, they're gonna say that
Oh.
you assaulted them. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
that's the reality of it.
It's
But
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
so I mean, like I said, I just wanted to share my story. I love your channel. I kind of think it was funny how I stumbled across it, going through what I was going through and still
Yeah.
currently going through. But, um, I can't stress enough just to be careful and cover your asses and cover your bases and have a record. And just to add one more thing in, um, now we talked about the ex-wife. Now I'm at the school the other day, and I'm not sitting here trying to say, "Yo, I'm a victim." It is what it is, right? But just to show you how it doesn't matter. The ex-wife, the ex-mother-in-law. We're in a school gymnasium at my son's school, celebrating him and his brothers there, kids all around, teachers all around, and this woman comes up to me in the middle of the school and starts giving me nonsense. When are you gonna bring my grandkids over? You're a fucking piece of shit. You're a fucking coward. You're a fucking disgracing motherfucker. And I'm like, yo, we are in the middle of a gymnasium, lady. Please stop. Fuck you, you fucking coward. You fucking coward. And I'm like, yo, really? And then her husband's there, and I said, yo, man, can you get control of your old lady? What? Don't you turn your fucking back to me. You got something to say. Now this guy's swearing up.
See this, and let me tell you something. And I said this before, and then people wonder why. And I gotta say this because I'm not saying I'm not promoting the one to do this or nothing. I'm just saying, and that's why men die a lot. You got your woman talking crazy,
Mm-hmm.
and it just takes me easy just because I don't want to hurt her. I'll kill you. Because
You're gonna make
you
up the difference on the
yeah,
two
I've
at the
seen
end of
worse.
it.
Like, see, it's different. That's the excuse. He talked to you crazy. But there's some cases when a woman is going. I seen this video. It was crazy, and it kind of pissed me off. A dude was a woman was talking, trying to do you a bitch, you a hoe, and the boyfriend behind him. He just looking. He said, "Hey man, get your girl, get your girl." He's like, "Man, I gotta do with that." He said, "Man, get your girl, bro." He didn't do it, and the guy, boom, hits the boyfriend, start beating his ass on the ground, like stumped the dude out. He didn't do anything, but
Yeah,
because they didn't want to, they told you to get your woman. See, but it's double. It's double because you as a man, if that's the woman you with, and you can't control her or at least hold her back, you get what you deserve. But at the same time, like, damn, you hurt this man when he had nothing to do with it. It's crazy, man. It's a lot of stuff that can happen wrong, and that's why like we have a lot of issue with gangs and stuff like that. Because I bring up the gang scenario because have you ever realized, like, hey man, damn, I've been watching these Crips and Bloods and they've been fighting for fucking almost 80 years or something. Well,
yeah,
why the hell this ain't stopped? Because they allow the women to live. The women keep having sex with the other Bloods, the other Crips, and they have kids and they shoot it out. The women keep the cycle. It'll never stop. Why you think when these dangerous, crazy ass cartels and all this stuff, the reason why you never, damn, hold on, that cartel got destroyed by this cartel? Yeah, but you know why though? Guess what they did? They cut the head off the snake. They took out everybody, not just the men. They stopped it dead in the tracks. And it sounds crazy what I'm saying,
yeah.
but that's what you do when you get shit done. Right now, when we dropping nukes on people, do we be like, hey, let them evacuate the women before we? No,
Right.
we finish them all because if you don't finish them all, the women will go and procreate with another retard or asshole or enemy, and she'll keep the cycle fucking going.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just truth.
yeah. I agree, and you know, I, it's baffling sometimes.
Oh, audio. Actually, hold on. Don't press anything. Let me mute you and then unmute you. Just go ahead and talk.
Yeah, there.
Oh, it didn't work. Okay, yeah, go do your thing. Actually, hold up. I think I can edit your mic settings from here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, talk.
Test 1 2.
Oh yeah, it worked. I can do that from here. So I ain't gotta say audio no more. I just edit it from right here. All right, go ahead.
Great. Yeah. So yeah. Just to sum everything up, man. I love your show. I love what you're doing out there
Thank
because
you.
you're bringing a lot of concerns out. A lot. Some guys might be like, yo, man, I don't want to talk about that because I might be looked at I might have disagreeable people that might shoot me down for what what some of these
Fuck them.
concerns, core values and some things that the bullshit that guys have to deal with, regardless of what stage of life you're in. It's gonna be something always gonna be popping up, right? But
Let me say this one rant. I gotta say this rant.
yeah,
It's a lot because there's a lot of blue pill beta. I call them blue pill betas. These fucking assholes will tell you, it it'll piss any sane man off too. Suck it up, handle it. You a man, you fucking idiot. But then at the same time, you realize that I'm a human being, right?
mm-hmm.
You realize there's so much I can take, and you
Yeah,
telling me suck it up and handle it. But if you going through the same shit, now I tell people they'll mostly kill themselves. You can't even handle what I'm going through. You can't
right,
tell me what the fuck I can do when I'm a
right,
fucking man and I'm not dealing with just this woman. You
right.
can deal with a woman yelling bullshit, but now I'm dealing with a fucking system trying to destroy me too.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not that easy just to suck it up and to go ahead, be a man. It doesn't make sense.
Nah, and that's the thing about being a man, being a father is you might have you like my case scenario, other case scenarios. You have your kids, you have your job, you have your own life going on. You got your outside life going on. Your social life is really minute at that point because you can really juggle so many things at one time. To suck it up, yeah, it's an easy way. Some people might look at it, but like you said, and it's a valid point. I've heard it multiple times in my life. You just might walking by somebody and they might not look right or whatever, and you say hi, whatever, or somebody might just seem like he's a little off or a little pissed or whatnot, but you don't know what that guy's got going
Yeah.
on the other side. So I mean,
I
some
can't
people
lie,
flip.
man. I think one time I got so mad at a chick one time, and I just went walking on the street, and I said, any guy look at me crazy, saying to me crazy, we're just gonna start fighting. I don't care because I'm fucking upset, and
Yeah,
it's so crazy. Like, and what blows my mind that a chick can do that to you,
yeah.
but damn, it's just so sad because that's how easy you can die because of what she did.
Right, right, and that's the thing, And I think you had touched on it, and I know we touched on it before. Is why why do these girls or how do these girls think that they can get you to that breaking point? I don't know why, man. It's a great point because they do. They will push you to that point, and why
Yeah.
they do it,
I,
that's
Let
their
me tell you a
special
story
talent.
with a friend I had. I don't talk to him no more because it's ways to find out who's real friends and fake friends. But
Absolutely,
say he associate now.
yeah,
One time, his girl had him going crazy. I mean, he called me crying like, man, I need. I'm like going ballistic, crazy, crying like, man, like I can't handle this no more. It's like he's gonna either kill himself or
right,
he wanted to go to like maybe go to a bad neighborhood and just shoot at somebody so they can shoot at him
right,
and he get
yeah,
killed,
right,
or
right,
wait, or he said wait for the police to get here and he'll attack the police so they can shoot him and kill him.
yeah, yeah,
It's that fucked up because the bitch she kept taking the kids from him, and they lived together. And this is a cycle on cycle. He's still with her now. I don't know what they doing now. We don't give a shit, but it's a
yeah,
cycle of this. And I kept telling him, hey, leave her alone, leave. And I told it sounds fucked up when I say this. I told him this because he's really young, and he talked about his kids. But when I saw him, how he acts and how he wasn't really there for his kids like that. To be honest, so I told him, hey man, look, since she's so worried about these kids, and I tell her this shit happens, works all every time, man. This is me personally. I know. I say, hey man, you young, say fuck the kids and move on. Tell her this and say I'm done with the kids. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want.
mhm,
His ass didn't try. I mean, I did it before. And I told people to do it. Once it's
mhm,
crazy. Like once a woman like know you want the kids,
yeah,
they'll give you hell. If you
right.
don't want them, they'll you need to get them and all this. It's fucking
It's true.
crazy. Like it's
It's
bad. Like
it's
I told
it's
my baby
true.
mother, I told her that hey, it's fucked up what I'm saying on camera because I mean what I say. I said, look, it's two things you can choose: child support or me. Because I'm not gonna be a fucking slave. You're going to either when you get that child support, there's no father. You keep them where they at. I'm gonna stay around, man. I can always have fucking kids. Men can always have kids. So you want to get child support, and then when they get older, hopefully I can speak to my child. I can speak to my son or whatever, and be like, hey, you know, your mama did this. She was evil. She lied, and hopefully they'll accept it. If they don't, I'm gonna say you a bitch like your mama. I don't care about you. Move on because I try to tell you what's going on with your mother did. Oh, you could have fought for me. You could have did. No, you sound like a little bitch right now. I gave your mother a choice. I told her that she wanted me as a physical father, a good father that's working, she put
Yep.
good morals in you, good values, or does she want money? She chose the money. So that's on your mother. And lucky when I told her this shit, she was like, "Oh well, no, you can come get him, all this stuff. I don't need it, all this shit." So thank God, we set up a system. I tell people like,
Yeah, man.
when you're talking to women, you can like the women. If you can get a good relationship with like your baby mother, the women you with, or whatever the fuck, the system help women so fucking much.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if I can legally say that because they're like, "Oh, hey, but the fuck KD," but it's the way you can work shit out. I tell people all the time. Like, let me ask you, because this is very important. I asked the other guy too, and he told me, let me see. How'd you meet this woman? Here we go.
The ironic thing is, I met her back when I was a kid. I was 14, 15 years old. We had been together for a long time. We started dating in high school. I'm 20 years out of high school now. So we met a long time ago. We've been together for a long time. But one of the precursors and the reasons for the separation is because her addiction got to the point where she was useless as a mother. You know what I mean?
Wait, hold on. When did you start seeing the addiction? Like, before you guys got married, how long were you guys together?
So, the 90, we're going back. We're going to go back into the 90s, right? So, the end of the 90s, up until high school, out of high school into college, I drank, she drank. We were hanging out, whatnot. After the fact, it intensified. So we would party and drink pretty normally up until the point where my boys were born. Obviously, at that time,
shit.
You have to make certain changes for the better of your kids. Now, it is what it is, right? You can't be fucking passed out drunk and have two babies in the house.
See, that's why I gotta say this real quick. I gotta say this, guys. Leave party bitches alone. Because let me say this. I gotta say this to you. It comes to an extent. Us as men gotta know red fucking flags. If a woman, let me make this big screen so I can. If a woman will fuck you and get pregnant and have a child, this well, you're twins, right? You said twins?
Yep.
Oh shit, I can't even say it, but let's say this: if you had one by one, because most situations you got a rarity, man. That's fucking amazing. But let's say one by one. If a woman takes a party girl and she has one child with you, and she doesn't be like, know what? I need to change my life. I need to do better. Hey, baby, you need to do better too. Leave the bitch alone. She's wrong for you because if she can continue partying and fuck, it makes it worse because it's twins. Like, you got two fucking kids at once. This is like God sending you like something like, hey, get your shit right. You got two kids, get to work. Not one, you got two.
Right.
And it's just, it blows my mind. So like, as he's saying now, it's good as a learning experience, man. You fuck with the party girl, make sure you use protection. Make sure you got her on plan B. Make sure that maybe even avoid her. Because you don't want to be in this type of stuff. Because maybe he was younger and he's in a different time. So we're not giving him an excuse on that because back in the day, it was likely that women be doing dumb shit back in the 90s time and it'll become good woman. Today it ain't like that at all. But your bitch is what she is, what you see her is. She is what she is. So yeah, go ahead, man.
Nah, it's funny you said that because we back in high school we all had a crew and we all hung out and you all you see how these people progress in life. When we were hanging out drinking beers and whatnot, you say, I'd say probably out of a circle of 10 close friends, she's by far the one that never gotten over that. Obviously, that had a lot to do with her addiction. But at that point in life, that was something that was normal. Hey, listen, man, you partied up, man. But then once these people got into the jobs and working, you drink your beers here and there. But man, you hustled and you made your money.
It should go away, You gotta take care of business.
It's probably a generational, could be a generational thing. But yeah, I mean, if I look back now, red flags. Fuck yeah, there's more red flags than.
They goddamn Six Flags, boy. Goddamn Six Flags.
But seriously, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is at this point. But yeah, at party girls, I mean, they could be cool, but then again, they're going to become a problem.
Yeah, I never make them a spouse, a wife, none of that, because I tell things too. When men are older too, it's a lot of women out here. Like, it's hard to trust and it's hard to really take one serious because it's a lot of women that have these histories. Then they try to. Now they want to do better and get a man that's worth the fuck. That's how I see you right now. A woman that see what you doing, and look, unless because believe it or not, it sounds crazy, man. It's a lot of women that will like hear this. That say, I'm put this shit on TikTok everywhere. That will like hear you talk, right, and be like, man, it's a good dude. I wish I had a baby father like this. You know how many women have told me like they wish they had a father like me. They wish they had a guy like me because how you act with your kids and you want to get them and be interactive. A lot of women like that, but somehow it seems like as people in this society, in the world, the energy, we always meet the wrong motherfuckers. You know, it's always like the
Right.
woman that's worth the fuck. Like her, she's working. Let's say she had one kid with a guy, and she knows she didn't have more of the kids, but she know that I want the, she don't put him on child support. She don't talk to him crazy. And you're like, God damn, why the fuck can I? It's so crazy like that, man. Because but
Yeah.
you'll see it's like it's a lot of women, and that's why I say when men got kids, believe it or not, I don't care what nobody got to tell me. When I got my son and shit, it's so many women that want to talk to me and oh my god, take if you got kids as a man, it's more of a like a badge when you I'm taking care of two of my twins. You got girls or boys?
Boys.
You got boys. I'm gonna say you got girls. Oh my god, they're gonna be knocking on the door. Let me in. But still though,
Yeah.
boys too. It's
Yeah.
just like mothers. I don't know if you went to the park with them before. It's like you see single women, they'll look
Yep.
at you like, hey, how you doing? Smile at you and see you doing stuff. And
Yep.
some will even, like if you in certain positions and places, like, hey, you guys got food or dinner. That's basically them trying to holler at you, because it's just
Yeah.
something about that when it comes to men when we do that. But it's
Yeah.
always at the we so fucked over. We can never trust or do something with a woman. That's why I make sure a woman puts in the work. If she
Yeah.
coming into your
Absolutely.
life, relationship, she want all this bullshit.
Yep.
She is the one that's making sure your cake courses are together. She's making sure you got enough money to pay this bitch off. She
Yep.
making sure you going up to work and feeling good and
Yep.
doing things that matter. But yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. No. Well said. And it's true. It's crazy. It's crazy how we all you kind of find a way in life you get by. I don't know. It's weird. But the thing I can recap once again is just make sure you always control yourself whenever you get into a hot topic with a female, because one wrong word, wrong action, it could make a life a change.
yeah, that's true, man. And let me okay, when y'all got married, how long were you guys married? Oh man, that long? Holy shit. Okay.
No, it's complex because
Oh, it's complex. Okay.
well, you figure I can throw out years, and I just don't want to. 97 we got together.
You ain't got to give me exact numbers. Just like be like,
Yeah, I'm trying.
long term, short.
It was short term, but you got to remember, I'm going back to '97 when I first started going with her. So
Yeah.
'97 through 2000, I want to say it was 2013. We actually ended up getting married.
Damn.
2013 when my sons were born. No, I apologize. 2011. My sons were born in 2013, um, which led us to 2019 when I filed. So you figure, what's that? 6 years, 6 years marriage.
Let me
But
get this screen.
I had,
Let me ask you, who
yeah,
wanted to get married the most?
it was stupid. I mean,
Who engaged it? Because every person I've dealt
yeah,
with, they always want to get married. Married, get married, get married.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it was. I wouldn't say, it's a hard one, man. It wasn't a big to do. It was more or less, and I hate to say it, it was for insurance, man.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, no, I don't want to say it was solely for insurance, but the benefits of her having insurance and going through this whole thing on my insurance. Um,
Damn.
but it wasn't. It sounds funny.
No, I get what you're saying. Like, but see, nothing.
It sounds.
There's
It
another
sounds.
good thing for men to know because like little shit like that will fuck you over. Because in that little situation that you wanted to save a few dollars, you save a few dollars and lose hundreds of thousands or thousands. Just
Right.
because a few dollars at that second you want to save, when just to say though like that. I'm just telling you in general because it's some men that be like,
Hold on,
if I
buddy.
do,
I'll be in a couple minutes, okay, buddy? I'm just on my work call. I'll be in a couple minutes. All right, buddy. We're gonna get dinner soon, okay? Sorry, my little man.
We done, so don't worry. But like, let's say like I got my son myself. Like let's say you damn okay the marriage license stuff. You know, you can get extra taxes and all kind of deductions.
Yeah.
It's some man that engage. You know what? I'll get married because I can get this and get that.
Yeah.
And that's how you can get fucked over.
Oh,
because
yeah,
that little percentage you want to do or want, and one day she want to say, you know what? I'm not happy. You know what? I need more because it's crazy because it's like the old chicks are influenced by the young ones. It's not because like the young ones are influenced by like same for guys. We're the same way. We're following the young dudes instead of the old guys leading the young guys. So these older women are seeing like, oh, you can level up, get you a new one, do better, and these dumb bitches believe that when all they do is get fucked. They don't really get any long-term relationship, especially when you over 28 as a woman. You know, people are not looking at you like that. You know, you gotta have something. You gotta have a car. You gotta bring more than just sex, because that shit get old after a few years or a few months. You know, the more annoying a woman is, it takes months for the sex to get old. You know, if she's decent, you know, if she's decent, you can last a few years, but it still can always be a downfall. You know, communication's bad. She's got mental issues. She's got a drug issue or a habit she's dealing with. That shit will destroy your relationship.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got to deal with those little fucking kinks
Absolutely.
that become a big issue. It's just so much, man.
It is. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate the time reaching out to me, man.
Yes, sir.
Nice talking with you. Like I said, I love what you're doing, man. I'm gonna continue to watch your show. I get the notification. I go see what my man's saying. So now you keep up the work. You know?
I'm gonna make some clips, edit some of these clips. I'll have some good moments. I'm probably gonna upload the full video next week. I gotta edit some of this stuff out here and there.
Absolutely.
But I might just upload it. You never know, depending on how, because it's a good flow. Some people like that, certain things.
I trust your lead, man. Whatever however you think it.
You did good too, man. You did good. Other dude,
Thanks,
he's going through some shit too, and you didn't say you didn't leak out no crazy shit. So that's good. I ain't gotta edit nothing out because he was pissed. He was going through hell and was sad. And as I talked to you, hopefully we can continue to communicate. Hit me up on the comments on YouTube or email me or where the fuck. Because the other guy, I don't know what happened to him, dude. I don't know if you see go to my older videos. It's a dude that's, hold on, give me a second, walk over there. It's a dude that's dealing with, I think same thing with his baby mother. And the dude was really like almost suicidal because he was going through so much hell. She tried to set him up, get the boyfriend to fight him, put him in certain situations and make him go crazy. And I ain't heard from him for months. And he was he used to, donate to the show, and he was always commenting. And then he told me his court date was a few months away. The court date passed, and I ain't heard nothing from him. And now I'm like, God damn, I don't know what happened to the dude, because there's a lot of people that watch my channel, and that want to email me, hey man, you helped me from not killing myself. You helped me get through the day, this and that, and I'm not hearing from him. And I hate YouTube because I just started a boxing channel, right? Dude, less than 3 weeks, I'm at 115 subscribers. The fucking watch time is up. It's on the algorithm. But on this channel, I've been doing this shit for almost a year. And like people telling me I'm not getting notifications. I can't see your videos, the new stuff that I have. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like YouTube, when when men hit back, I'll get a lot of views on that. Because I guess they like that negativity shit. But once I talk about it is, I'll tell you. But once I talk about men getting fucked over in court, don't get married under the state, low views, but my watch time is high. People watch the whole video, but the viewage, it doesn't get shared out. Like TikTok, I'm finally getting more of a big thing. Facebook too, the video I did with the guy, I think we did 5,000 views on that one. I got a lot of emails from people.
What's your Facebook and Twitter feeds?
I'll send it to you behind the scenes. I'll send it to you behind the scenes. Yeah. I don't have a Twitter though. I got a Facebook. But see, the Facebook, it's it's not like an official page on my Facebook. It's just I upload it on my profile. So I tell people, hey, look, go to my YouTube, go to my TikTok. Yeah. Because I don't make a page because I don't know what's going on with the pages right now. But you got to pay all kind of shit and all kind of stuff going on. So I just upload it on my actual Facebook, and that shit gets a lot of views. And TikTok too. But the reason I don't like Facebook and TikTok, it doesn't YouTube is the biggest platform, dude. Let's just be real. You can't get no more better connection than YouTube. TikTok is little kids. You got the now salute to Andrew Tate. Now that guy, check him out. Andrew Tate is a solid dude. Real stuff, real content, real man shit. Fresh and Fit, avoid those guys. Fucking frauds. Kevin Samuels, he's decent. And you got certain channels, certain stuff to watch. And I tell you all the time, like, watch who you dealing with. Like, think about this. The Fresh and Fit guys. How do you feel about, say a person sounds just like me, right? But I say a little bit more of the relationship type. But then you find out he's fucking and dating escorts. You be like, wait, what? Like his girlfriend is an escort. The dude, you know what I'm saying? He never even had a real relationship to even know what he's talking about. Like, how can you talk so much about what men are going through and how to fix this and do that, and you never had the opportunity to deal with this? Like me, I talk so passionate and talk about it because I've actually dealt with it in real life. I actually know what I'm talking about. A lot of these dudes on YouTube are just reading books or copy and paste. You know, if you see my channel is small, go watch me and go watch another guy. You be like, damn, this dude doesn't even sound that much experience. Like he's just reading a script, or it doesn't sound legit, or he's always trying to, add extra shit that doesn't make any sense. Me, I'm straight to the point. I get down to it. Like, same for like your kids. Like, it's so much shit as a man got to deal with. And I showed you, I don't know if you've seen that video with the little boy that got the drag on and dressed up and shit like that.
Yes, I did see that one. I did.
Yeah, man, it's scary because that's why I say the world is so stressful for men. So you dealing with that, and then you gotta worry about what they teach them at the school. What the fuck is going on with this? It's sad. Like I was saying with my son, I'm about to go to his school and see the fuck is going on, just to make sure they ain't. Hey, these are the flags. No. We not fuck no. We're not doing that. It's not happening. It's a lot of shit to deal with in this world, man. Like
it is.
It blows my mind, and they're starting to, they're trying to make it normal and regularize pedophilia because the LGBTQ community and pedophilia connects. It goes hand in hand. Because if you can say, if you can just say love is love, well, I'm a grown man and that little kid is love because then they giving more children the right to express how they feel. So if the kids say, I want to be with that 65-year-old man, or I want to be with that 30-year-old man, you can't tell them no, because if he can be a little girl when he wants to, or he can wear a dress and twerk, that's fine. He has a choice. So he does have a choice to select his sex partner or play partner. It's fucking crazy, dude. So much going on in the world.
Absolutely. I was just reading up about that about a month or two ago, how they're classifying everything, and you can't not say X, Y, or whatever. You can't sit there and say blah blah blah. Two guys, whatever. And I'm not.
Get ready for the gay bill too. The gay bill. You heard about the gay bill?
Well, what I'm getting at, I don't know, but what I'm getting at, like what you said with the pedophilia, they want to take that pedophilia, the name, and it's too derogatory. These people are not. There's nothing wrong with them. You know what I mean? It was that.
They're saying that they saying that they I'm telling you, they're going to categorize them in the LGBTQ. They're going to be in there.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, I don't want to get too far.
It's a lot of shit. But I'm just saying,
That whole when you're a certain age and you got a kid, that should not fucking fly, no matter what the fuck you're preaching.
And people say I'm crazy for saying this. People be like, oh, it'll never happen. It won't do it. No one will let kids. But we said just 30 years ago, no one will ever let no man be with no man. No one will let no man dress up as a woman and go twerk in front of kids. And look what's happening. So it's easy to say that. A lot of people say that, oh, it won't happen. It's not going to happen. But just 30 years ago, being gay was a mental illness. Now it's being free, let loose. It's amazing. It's great. So I said, like, it's a lot of shit coming. And like I tell you too, I don't know if you are religious too, but I tell everyone to, like, man, maybe get right with God, because the shit you seeing is scary. All this shit coming true that's in the Bible, And I ain't saying like, change your, people still gonna have their ways, you know what I'm saying? All because let's say I'm believing God and I'm doing stuff, ain't mean that I'm gonna go out here and not drink, or I'm not gonna, have your certain ways and do your thing, but know what's coming, know better, know to do better. I got serious road rage, and I always think that, like, hey, I got more to lose. What would God do? Should I let this guy go by? Let me let it slide by. So I do that to keep myself kind of stable. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for being on the channel. It was a great conversation. Went for an hour and 9 minutes. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here, man?
Nah, man. Like I said, keep up doing the good work, man. I love your channel, man. Keep keeping it real, and man, it was a great time being on your show, and I hope you have a great night, man.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, okay. Y'all have a good one, man. Stay cool. Like, subscribe. We out, man. Peace.
The Logical Man, where truth and facts are what set us free.